Good afternoon, everyone. The program will begin shortly. Please take your seat. Before we start, we'd like to make some announcement. For simultaneous interpretation, please use the receivers at your seats and leave them on the desk after the session. As for the receiver channel, channel 1 for Japanese and channel 2 for English. Restrooms are located to the left outside the venue. Please keep your mobile phones on silent mode. And if you need to make a call, please do so outside the venue. Smoking is prohibited inside the venue. Please use the designated smoking areas. Thank you for your cooperation. And if there is a mic button in front of you, please speak after you press the button. And if you have the hand mic on your side, please switch the mic button on and then speak. Thank you for your cooperation. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us today at the Tokyo Southeast Asia Capitals Dialogue for Sustainability. First, we will begin with opening remarks from Governor Koike. Governor Koike, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, and lady, and gentlemen. And now let us begin the Tokyo-SEADS meeting. And now we are gathering here this afternoon for the inaugural TOKYO-SEADS meeting. And thank you all very much for joining us. ありがとうございます。Right after GNETs. Now, Tokyo and the capitals of Southeast Asia are geographically close each other and have fostered exchanges in various areas, including the economy, tourism, and the environment. Southeast Asia has been drawing global attention as one of the world's leading centers of growth, and it's growing. And however, challenges such as rapid urbanization and population growth also exist and must be addressed. Also, besides the crisis in the Middle East, well, the case changes every minute, maybe, but we have it. It affects too much for our region as well. So, besides the crisis in the Middle East, is also directly impacting cities in Southeast Asia. And as such, the Tokyo metropolitan government has established this TOKYO-SEADS, the Tokyo Southeast Asia Capitals Dialogue, CEADS, for sustainability, as a new platform for dialogue aimed at realizing a sustainable world together with leaders, Southeast Asia's capitals. Now, while drawing on our cities' respective characteristics and experiences, Tokyo hopes to further strengthen cooperation with your cities to address shared diverse challenges so that we may forge a bright future. Now, this inaugural meeting will focus on preparations for intensifying storms and floods brought about by climate change, in addition to the development of urban infrastructure that serves as the foundation for resilient cities. And we will deepen discussions by sharing our city's understanding of the issues as well as good practices. Then I'm hoping that we can declare our intentions to advance practical initiatives, including local sites visits and training seminars and technical cooperation among participating cities in a joint statement expressing our determination to work together to realize resilient cities. The schedule for this afternoon also includes a coffee break later on. And during that time, Tokyo Metropolitan Government officials representing bureaus in charge of water supply and sewerage, also river management and other areas, will introduce specific measures being advanced by Tokyo. You must be interested in those real, operation and management. So please feel free to actively ask questions, and I hope the opportunity will allow for lively discussions. I hopefully look forward to having a meaningful meeting, and thank you very much. ありがとうございます。Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Governor Koike. We will now move on to presentations and discussion from each city. Mr. Kuwabara, Special Advisor to the Governor on International Affairs, Tokyo Metropolitan Government, will be leading the proceedings from here on. Mr. Kuwabara, thank you for taking the lead.
Good afternoon, everyone. Now we will move on to the city presentations. I request each city to limit their presentations to 5 minutes. After 4 presentations, time will be allocated for discussion. The first presentation will be made by Governor Koike on behalf of Tokyo Metropolitan Government. Governor Koike, please go ahead.
Thank you very much. And as you know, the theme of today's TOKYO-SEADS meeting is storm and flood countermeasures and development of urban infrastructure. And I have already introduced some of Tokyo's storm and flood countermeasures during a GNETS session. So today, I will speak on measures related to urban infrastructure with a particular focus on the core lifeline services of water supply and sewerage. Now, Tokyo's waterworks business first began supplying water in 1898, and ever since then, it has served as one of the most essential parts of Tokyo's urban infrastructure and supporting residents' lives and our city's urban activities. And our water supply system is one of the largest in the world. You can imagine we have a 14 million population. And it consists of approximately 28,000 kilometers of piping that delivers water from supply station to households and businesses. And this is enough to stretch two-thirds of the way around the Earth. So big. So, to ensure a stable supply of high quality water, measures to prevent leakage are of the utmost importance. And through comprehensive measures centering on systematically replacing water pipes and upgrading piping material, the Tokyo Metropolitan Government has achieved a leakage rate of only 3%, only 3, which is among the best in the world. And preventing water leakage not only reduces secondary damage, such as road cave ins and flooding in buildings, but it also reduces non revenue water that goes unbilled. So, this contributes directly to stability in water utility operations. And more recently, we have also started advancing new future-oriented measures to improve efficiency in leak detection, such as the use of satellite data and AI technologies. Tokyo's sewerage system began operating in 1884 and has played a crucial role in supporting public health and living ever since. And during Japan's post-war era of high economic growth, sewerage development was advanced to adapt to population growth and improve water quality in rivers and the sea. And this led to the building of the urban infrastructure in place today. In recent years, climate change has caused heavy rains to become more frequent and severe than ever before, everywhere in your cities. To address this challenge, we have advanced the construction of large-scale sewer pipes that temporarily store rainwater, as well as rainwater pumping stations that can pump up 7 cubic meters of water per second. And this infrastructure works to protect our city from flooding. We have also advanced measures to utilize spaces above sewage treatment plants as parks and office buildings. And Tokyo has approximately 16,000 kilometers of sewer pipes, many of which were installed decades ago. Unless these aging pipes are systematically upgraded, the risk of road cave ins will increase. As such, the Tokyo Metropolitan Government has developed the so called SPR method, a trenchless lining system for sewer pipe rehabilitation in live flow. And although this method slightly reduces the inner area of pipes, it enhances the flow of water by creating a smooth surface. And this method also allows for reduced construction times and lower costs, while minimizing impact on road traffic. And in areas where this method has been used, the number of road cave-ins has decreased by approximately 90%. There is also high global demand for the SPR method, and it has already been introduced in 200 kilometers of sewer pipes overseas, mainly in Asia and North America and Europe. Furthermore, at the slide you are watching, at the request of overseas cities, the Tokyo Metropolitan Government conducts various training sessions and tours of facilities related to water supply and sewerage. Last year, we welcomed more than 300 participants. And water supply training topics include leakage prevention measures and water quality management. And sewerage training includes a simultation of the difficulties and dangers of walking in flowing water at a facility that replicates the conditions inside an operational sewer pipe. And water supply and sewerage systems form the essential foundation of our residents' daily lives. And I think this is the really common agenda, and those are very essential infrastructure. And this infrastructure is also indispensable for enhancing resilience against natural disasters and boosting urban competitiveness. So let's work together to build a resilient future by sharing knowledge and promoting practical and technical cooperation through the Tokyo-SEADS network. Thank you very much. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much, Governor Koike. And now we would like to invite Chairman of Hanoi People's Committee to make a presentation. Please go ahead.
Kính thưa các quý bà, quý ông, thưa toàn thể các quý vị.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, in recent years, Hanoi, together with Vietnam as a whole, has suffered several impacts from natural disaster like a storm and floods, and notable example include the typhoon Yagi in 2024. Due to the Hanoi is facing the major challenges in reduce the risk of the natural disaster, as well as to secure the quality water management. We have Hanoi has been effectively implementing the basic principle, and this including the four following. The first, disaster development. We have the four on-spot principle, namely on-spot command, on-spot force, on-the-spot supplies and equipment, and on-spot logistics. From the basic storm and flood prevention measure, we place a strong emphasis on preparedness before the disaster occur. We have other four disaster prevention and control is defined and responsibility of all the people, etc. And also we have other measures, for example, like a reservoir and have the long-term planning for future development. And Hanoi is essential for the politics, economic development, and innovation. So we are well aware that we have the responsibilities that to prolong the life of the peoples in the capitals. So we sincerely wish to promote the exchange and cooperation with the partners around the world, and so that in Tokyo-SEADS dialogue we would like to furthermore exchange and also cooperate with international partners in this, three main areas. The first is planning and infrastructure investment, and the second is applying of technology and artificial intelligence, and the third is human resource and development. And Hanoi is committed to become the livable city, a green city, and a safe city, and a resilient city to natural disaster. So through these dialogues, we really would like to, together with all of you, to share our knowledge, our practice, and for the sustainable world and sustainable Asia. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chairman of People's Committee of Hanoi. Now I invite the representative of Jakarta. Please, you have the floor.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, if we are talking about Jakarta, Jakarta itself is a coastal metropolis with a land area approximately 661.5 square kilometers and through by 13 major rivers. The city water system is shaped not only by local rainfall, but also by upstream flow originating, because Jakarta itself, the condition is in the downstream area, and we are surrounded by some city, so the water go to the city by 13 rivers. As one of the world's major urban centers, Jakarta is confronted by multiple hydrological pressure at the same time. Daily rainfall can exceed by 150 millimeters, and the highest record rainfall reached 377 millimeters in 2020. Last year, our rainfall is about 250 only in 4 hours. At the same time, Jakarta faces the tidal influence and coastal flooding. The land subsidence itself is around 8 to 50 centimeters in a year. We are not facing about flood and also the tidal and sea and lowest improvement. Water challenges are not only about infrastructure, but also about environment quality, spatial improvement, and public welfare. For response, the provincial government of DKI Jakarta continue to strengthen an integrated approach to water management. In low-lying area, we built some polder system. We have around 600 pumping stations in 200 locations with the total capacity around 700 meter cubics per second. We are developed temporarily retain pumping station into the river of the sea. We also built some improvement along river and canal. Improvement works are being carried out to increase conveyance capacity to reduce floodwater. And right now, Jakarta trying to make the improvement about the infrastructure by nature-based solution, combining between gray infrastructure with the green infrastructure, and we are going to make the whole runoff during heavy rainfall. At the same time, Jakarta has learned that urban water challenges cannot be addressed through a gray infrastructure alone. For this reason, the city has begun to introduce nature-based solution, and we also making the dike in the North Jakarta by National Capital Integrated Coastal Development. These efforts are further supported by digitalization, enabling better monitoring, more responsive infrastructure management, and more informed decision-making. At the same time, Jakarta water agenda goes beyond flood control alone. The city also faces major challenges in wastewater management and clean water provision. Wastewater in Jakarta not yet full treated. That's why right now we build some improvement by Jakarta Sewerage Development Program. Meanwhile, clean water provision remains a key priority because it's directly linked to public welfare. Expanding drinking water service coverage is expected not only to meet basic needs, but also to reduce dependence of groundwater. Looking ahead, Jakarta is also beginning to explore the use of reservoir and river as part of more sustainable raw water strategy. So we combine between polder system, nature-based solution, Jakarta sewerage water system, and also for drinking water. We still improvement that and monitoring whole the system by monitoring day by day and organize whole the system by trying to improve to AI. So the governor can control whole the system and then doing and making decision when floods coming. Through this combined effort, the provincial government DKI Jakarta remains committed to strengthen climate resilience, reinforcing integrated flood control, improving the well-being of all segments of society, and make the people in Jakarta feel encouraged about the infrastructure. Thank you.
Thank you, Jakarta. Now I invite the representative of Phnom Penh to make the presentation. Please go ahead.
Good afternoon, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Excellencies Governor of Phnom Penh, I would like to present to you the situation of the emergency situation in Phnom Penh City. Phnom Penh City is the capital city administration, unite all the historical and power, the administration of the Kingdom of Cambodia. It's an area around 700 square kilometers, divided in 14 districts and 105 communes. We have 2.5 million people in the census, but during the daytime, people that move from the surrounding area of Phnom Penh come. So we count over 3 million people during the daytime, and the density of the city is 3,000, almost 3,300 people per square kilometers. And as you can see on the map, our city is situated on the 4 rivers, that Mekong River, the Tonle Sap River, Tonle Basat River, and Low Mekong River. And this situation, it's a blessing because we have the abundance of the fresh water for the city, but at the same time, it's a threat on the flooding disaster that can cause once a year during the rainy season. And also, the threat comes from the upper stream from Phnom Penh because this water can come from the mountain area to Phnom Penh through the north and southwest of Phnom Penh. So in order to resolve the problem during the disaster management mechanism, Royal Government of Cambodia has created 3 levels of committees. The first committee is the National Committee on Disasters, and the second is the Municipality Disaster Management and Committee, and the District Disaster Management Committee. And in these 3 levels of power of authority, we working together to tackle all the problem during the flood, which is the main disaster that can cause to Phnom Penh development and the habitation. So we have set up the smart approach and tools on the emergency about the how to make the sensors, the warning system to the city. Once it's the sensor, and that sensor can send the message alert to the system, and the smart civilian command center, that we can have this information constantly during the rainy season. And we use also the AI camera to check the level of the water. Before that, we can send the information to the citizen and the authority. And this, we have the mobile app on for citizen to know if the level of the water reach the critical level. We use also the smart GIS and data center and collaboration with the state institution to organization, which is JICA is one of the main supporter with the construction of infrastructure anti-flood for Phnom Penh on 5 phases. We have finished four phases already, and now we are on the 5th phase to construct the canals to protect the city. And also the royal government of Cambodia has also give us the project to create the system to protect the city from the flood. In the same time, we have the collaboration projects funded by International Association of French-speaking Mayors and the Gate Foundation to create the book, the study of emergency mechanism on the district level to strengthen the human capacity, and also to know how when the disaster happen, what should we do first, how people can contact, and which level of authority is the first on the lines. Yes. And this is the area that we choose as the pilot project. It's the southwest of Phnom Penh, and this area is had the flood problem during 2 years consecutive before during 2017 and 2018, and and it caused a lot of damage to the habitation and development. So this is the devices of all the sensors that we use with the on the light polar and next to the river, and the place that it can catch the rain, also that it can give the information and data to the authority. And this is all the infrastructure that we have the Office of Civilian on this 24/7. Yes. And this is, I want to show about the master plan of to improve the drainage system and storm water in Phnom Penh, and with many partners. And you can see in this chart that Japan is the first investor, the biggest investor of help to Phnom Penh, ADB Japan, and after we have a lot of project on the go that we. So this all these photos can show how the water can threat our city constantly during the rainy season, and all mega infrastructure project has been done by the royal government of Cambodia and the City Hall of Phnom Penh, Excellency the Governor of Phnom Penh. Here is give the priority to protect our city from the water, and also to take care of the quality of this water too, because the citizen of Phnom Penh depend on this fresh water, abundance of this fresh water. And so as I mentioned, this this is also the blessing, but we have to take care of it. We have to prepare on any situation that can cause many damage to our city. And this is the area that the project is ongoing right now, and we continue to build our city to resist, to be resilient for the future. For the conclusion, we are working to strengthen, to make our city resilient, and to make our life quality, sustainability. It's the key word of our development, and we want to keep Phnom Penh city as the capital city of Cambodia, and to make it a better environment for people. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Phnom Penh. Now, we'd like to open the floor to discussion. If you have questions or comments regarding the four preceding presentations, please place your city's nameplate in an upright position like this. So, okay. So, Singapore, you have the floor.
Firstly, let me just congratulate Governor Koike for having all of us here today. It's the inaugural TOKYO-SEADS summit, and we are very privileged to be here. I wanted to ask the Governor about your plans to further such cooperation in the coming years ahead. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Singapore is known as the so advanced facilities in Singapore for water supply and sewerage services. And thank you for your good question. And Tokyo Metropolitan Government has deepened shared understanding of issues with the participating cities of TOKYO-SEADS through various opportunities. And this is an inaugural session, and we would like to keep on having good contacts with all of you here today. And one good example is Singapore International Water Week, and which brings together leaders in charge of water supply and sewerage from cities around the world. And through the discussions and city presentations at today's meeting, we hope to advance dialogue and the sharing of knowledge regarding common challenges faced by Tokyo and Southeast Asian capitals. So additionally, we will advance practical initiatives such as training sessions and facility tours, as I have already introduced about it, for officials from TOKYO-SEADS participating cities, as well as on-site technical cooperation. And these initiatives will contribute to enhancing the resilience of our respective cities. Thank you for your good question. Thank you.
Okay, then next, Metro Manila, you have the floor.
Yes, the question is for Hanoi. We'd just like to ask how artificial intelligence is being used in your city for disaster preparedness and response. Thank you.
So, Hanoi, please.
So in Hanoi, we utilize many measures for natural disaster prevention. For example, in the early detection and alarm, the flooding in Hanoi. For example, or similar to Phnom Penh, for example, the AI camera for detection and monitoring of the water level, and also in monitoring the air pollution, and also monitoring the transportation as well. And we have several levels of alarm, and we also have regular training section for national disaster prevention for the citizen of the city. And also we have the iHanoi, the application called iHanoi, and for the early detection and alarm to the citizen regarding to the tropical storm as well as a flood. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Hanoi. We are a little behind the scheduled time, so we'd like to stop the first questions for discussions for the first four presenters. And now I'd like to invite the chairman of Metropolitan Manila Development Authority. Manila, please.
Good afternoon, Governor Koike, and good afternoon, everyone. We are all experiencing the effects of climate change. Natural disasters are increasing in frequency and intensity. Thus, there's a need for a more resilient Metro Manila. And the purpose of this presentation is to show how Metro Manila is responding. I'm going to show you an overview of Metro Manila, the MMDA mandates, our current initiatives, and future projects on disaster resilience. Metro Manila is composed of 17 local governments units, 16 cities and 1 municipality, with 14 million population, with a daytime population of more than 16 million. Metro Manila contributes more than 30% of the national GDP. And thus, hazards such as flooding, typhoons, and earthquakes have significance not only in Metro Manila but for the entire country. MMDA has 7 mandates. The forefront is public safety, which is composed of disaster preparedness, coordinated response, and protections of lives. We have several key initiatives that align with our mandates, which focuses on strengthening disaster preparedness and response capabilities. In MMDA, we procured modern equipments and vehicles such as solar-powered water purifiers, heavy equipments, rescue boats, and mobile pumps which can pump 1.25 cubic meter per second of water, enough to fill an Olympic-sized swimming pool in less than 1 hour. We are also updating we are upgrading the disaster response equipment field storage units to transition into a multi-hazard response hubs and preposition these resources for faster deployment. We are likewise modernizing our efficient flood control operating system through the JICA-funded technical cooperation project. We will modernize this 24-year-old system previously constructed by Japan Radio Company so that we can modernize its telemetry and warning systems, provide real-time flood monitoring, and improve warning evacuation response. We are likewise upgrading our 71 pumping stations and 14 floodgates. This upgrade in our facilities and training led us to responding to some international relief operations, including that of Myanmar in 2025 following a magnitude 7.7 earthquake, and in Turkey in 2023 for search and rescue mission after a magnitude 7.8 earthquake struck Turkey. On the national level, we respond to emergencies and disasters by providing water supply, evacuation support, search and rescue, and structural assessment. Within Metro Manila, we respond to flooding, industrial incidents, structural collapse, and earthquakes. We also came up with the National Capital Region Contingency Plan, which provides an operational framework for coordinated preparedness, response, and early recovery for a magnitude 7.2 West Valley Fault earthquake, which is situated in Metro Manila. We are also currently constructing a disaster resilient data center which will remain operational during disasters so that there will be no disruption and backup. There will be a backup for critical systems. We also partnered with a telecommunication company to for the rapid restoration of communications and enable real-time coordination during disasters. But we will not stop there, and MMDA will further strengthen preparedness and response. We just finished constructing a disaster preparedness training center, which we patterned after the Tokyo Metropolitan Government Training Facility. This will provide us real-world disaster simulations, train MMDA and other government or private organizations. Training facility features rappelling, confined space rescue, collapse structure simulation, and fire suppression and multi-hazard response. We are also we will also construct a swift water flood training facility, which will provide opportunity for training for both maneuvering, urban flood simulation, high-angle rescue, and other water rescue activities. We will also construct a canine training facility which will train, house, and have a veterinary care for canine units aligned with international standards. It will have equipment for training, forest simulation environments, rubble training areas, and kennel facilities. We'll soon launch a disaster preparedness book. This aims to enhance public preparedness through the publication of comprehensive disaster preparedness guidebook. The guidebook will cover essential actions before, during, and after major hazards, including tropical cyclones, storm surges, floods, earthquakes, and fires, as well as preparedness measures such as go bag essentials. We also commit to strengthen local international cooperation, participation in international conferences such as GNETS, Leaders Summit, and Crisis Management Conference to share and learn best practices in disaster risk reduction, engagement in joint training, exercise simulation, and humanitarian assistance and disaster relief activities. We would like to take this opportunity to thank Governor Koike. We already met with the deputy of the Tokyo Metropolitan Government Fire Department, and they already provide us with insights on how to extinguish the ongoing fire in one of our sanitary landfills. And we agreed to coordinate regarding training of our personnel for disaster response. So again, thank you for this initiative, Governor Koike, and we are committed to sustain collaboration to build more resilient cities, not just in Southeast Asia, but around the world. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Manila. Now we have next we have two online participation, one from Bangkok and the other from the Kuala Lumpur. But the representative from Kuala Lumpur needs to leave the conference at 2:30. So I would like to request Bangkok to keep the time. Thank you. Bangkok, you have the floor.
Sorry, you can see my presentation?
Yes, we can see and we can hear you.
Okay, thank you. Greeting to our esteemed leader and participants. I am pleased to share our city experience and insight regarding Bangkok Metropolitan Administration strategy on storm and flood countermeasure and the development of urban structure. As a city below Sea level flood management and is one of our top priority of urban resilience. And I look forward to our exchange of ideas today. Uh, um, Bangkok is situated at the southern and end of the Chao Phraya River Basin, which covers over 160,000 square kilometers. We are the final drainage point before water from the entire northern and central part of Thailand leads to the Gulf of Thailand. Next, our defense is divided into three key zones. First, East Bangkok and Inner Protection Zone. Second, West Bangkok, covering the Thonburi side. And third, the floodway, which serve as a natural retardation area outside our mandate. We faced a multi-directional threat. This includes massive northern runoff, sea level rise, and local floods caused by heavy rain exceeds our current capacities of 60 mm per hour. To combat this, we should uphold the system. This involves dye and water gate to block outside water, combined with the pumping station and giant tunnel to aggressively discharge rainwater from within the city to the sea. Flood defense is also a social effort. We rely on over 500 retention ponds involving 23,500 households. By investing in upstream storage, we reduce the pressure on downstream community. Yes. We are transforming our canal, such as Lat Pral and Prem Pachakon Canal. This project integrates wastewater collection and improve the quality of life by providing better housing for canal side community. Technology is our digital brain. Our flood control center uses AI power nowcast system, providing weather prediction up to 3 hours in advance alongside 240 monitoring points. Next. A critical part of our urban strategy is the expansion of drainage pipe size. Many of our old pipes are too small. We are replacing them with much larger diameter pipes to increase the flow capacity, ensuring rainwater can be quickly moved from the street into our main system. Our water expressway consists of giant tunnels that pull water underneath the city. This is complemented by gambling or monkey cheeks, local initiative projects that act as spawn to store water temporarily. Maintenance is critical. Our team work daily on canal dredging and cleaning over 6,500 kilometers of sewer to ensure our pump can operate at 100% capacity. Our 20-year vision is a safe metropolis. Key takeaways include integrating gray and green infrastructure and leading with digital foresight. In conclusion, solving Bangkok flooding is about reclaiming space for water and restoring quality of life. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much, Bangkok. Now, I'd like to invite representative of Kuala Lumpur online. Please go ahead.
It's a very good afternoon and warm greetings from Kuala Lumpur. First and foremost, I would like to extend our sincere appreciation to the Tokyo Metropolitan Government for convening this important dialogue on the TOKYO-SEADS. Cities today stand at the forefront of increasingly complex challenges. Among these, the growing intensity of storm and flood, driven by climate change, demand urgent, coordinated, and forward-looking responses. As rapid development urban centers, our shared responsibilities is to safeguard our communities while ensuring that infrastructure systems remain robust, adaptive, and inclusive. We fully support the joint statement and focus on the strengthening of multi-city collaboration advancing practical initiative, and continuous monitoring progress. We believe that this effort will significantly enhance our capacity to respond effectively to urban climate risks while improving the well-being of our citizens. Without further ado, I would like to invite Mr. Suzrin, Deputy Director for Department of Civil Engineering and Drainage, to present on flash flood and mitigation measures in Kuala Lumpur. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Proceeding with the presentation, a bit of understanding on our river system and diversion in Kuala Lumpur. Shows this. This is our river system on the Kuala Lumpur. We can see we have our Kuala Lumpur is in the merge of from the two main river, which is from Trang River and Gombak River, and to not control it, water level from the river is a disastrous for Kuala Lumpur, and for that we have two kind of three river diversion and one bypass to handle this problem. And to help that, we have 7 strategic partners in facing the flood issues that consist of Royal Malaysia Police, Civil Defence and Fire Rescue and others. Several initiatives have been taken to handle the flash flood in Kuala Lumpur, such as implementing the early warning system alarm, monitoring the flash flood incident throughout CCTV, meetings with residents to know the location of incidents, and so as the buying the pump asset by Kuala Lumpur City Hall to access surface runoff out of the affected area, and so on. We have also initiative to conduct inspection on the drains, and we have a special initiative of modification for Kuala Lumpur City Hall asset, which is we convert these small pumps into movable pump so that we can access the affected location of flash flood in the fastest way. Furthermore, we have a committee on action body for flood management, which consists of 3 stages. One is the flash flood task force, and this task force is more on quick win action and short-term solution. Action is more on after incidents of flash flood. Those are the example of the flash flood task force action, which is monitoring flash flood at site during incident and taking the post-incident, which are cleaning the drainage system. And the second stage is for throughout the Committee of Kuala Lumpur Public Incident Management Committee, where this stage we provide initial assistance during incident involving many parties and strategic partners, as said before, and it consists of medium scale and temporary evacuation if needed. And the third one is this is the example of the action. We are monitoring the flash flood during the incident with the various of partners, and we taken the action afterwards. And this action is for more to medium scales. And the third one is the District Disaster Management Committee, which is headed by our mayor. And this committee is almost the same as previous, but it's larger scales of coordination. And the action is involved long-term solutions, such as deciding to implement the medium and larger scales. The taken action for the event flash flood divided into 3: the earlier and immediate action, which is cleaning the drainage system immediate after the incident has occurred. The interim is to follow up installation of outlets, in building the flash flood walls, building also the installation of floodgates, implementation of improved erosion (ESCP), and the long term is the construction of the large scale OSD in strategic places. And so as the periodic maintenance to be called up throughout the years.
Karan Pro, excuse me, but could you wrap up your presentation?
Almost finished. Almost finished. Another 2 slides. And this is our plans for the projects throughout 13 years. We have planned our project throughout the 13 years since 2017 to 30s that consists of 56 medium and large projects. And this typically refers to short-term, medium, and strategic plan to reduce the risk and impact of flood Kuala Lumpur through the continuous infrastructures. Thank you.
Thank you, Kuala Lumpur. And I would like to open the floor for questions and discussions for the previous 3 speakers. The floor is open. Jakarta, please.
Yes, I think Bangkok and Jakarta have the same problem. We have the same city condition, same city infrastructure, same rainfall, but Jakarta quite more rainfall. I would like to know how the government, especially Bangkok government, forces the citizen to participate in owning city infrastructure.
The question is addressed to Bangkok? Or?
Yes, it's possible because we are the same question.
So the representative of Bangkok, are you ready to respond to the question?
Okay, I'm Rajapal Ling-Pasert, the director of Strategy and Development Infrastructure Division. We have the participation of people in the community around the canal. We create the project Thai ถนนคลองสวย or beautiful canal that we push the people that resident in the community along the canal to check and prevent the canal from the waste water and the structure of the canal. As the poor household along the canal had the audit and participate and protect the canal from waste and the wastewater, the observation along the canal. Lúc đấy bằng ngày nào? Defend the households that waste. Masuk. Okay. Sorry, that's we pushed on to answer the question. As we show as slide 6, flood defense is also social effort. We rely on over 500 retention walls involved. 20,000 households by invest in a steam store we reduce the pressure on downstream community. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Bangkok. And I think we are a bit behind time, so maybe we should invite the next four speakers, three cities and the one representative from ADB. So the next presenter is Singapore, Honorable Minister of State and Mayor of Southeast District of Singapore, please.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and Governor Koike, distinguished guests as well. Thank you to the Metropolitan Government for having us here as well, the inaugural Tokyo-SEADS dialogue. And I think that's yes, let me go back. Yeah, there you are. Yes, so it's an honor for me to share some of the plans that Singapore focuses on. And I wanted to just highlight that Singapore is actually a small island city-state. Perhaps you know Singapore as something that's very developed, but what is sometimes not quite seen is the fact that it is one of the lowest lying countries, which with a significant proportion of Singapore being less than 5 meters above sea level. Therefore, in fact, by 2100, end of the century, we expect rainfall to increase by about 92% and the level of the sea to rise by about 1.15 meters, which basically means that certain parts of Singapore might be inundated with water if actions are not taken now, and that climate change, as far as Singapore is concerned, is serious and affects us disproportionately just given the small size. I was listening to the other capital cities and I realized that the capital cities are slightly smaller than my country. So that's how big we are. We also have very limited water resources, and that allows us to be very, very clear as to how we extract rainwater, how we store it, and how we then provide it for our residents. In fact, 2/3 of Singapore's land area functions as a catchment with extensive drainage network of about 8,000 kilometers of drains, canals, and rivers, channeling rainwater into 17 reservoirs for stormwater management and for water supply resilience. We therefore try our best to harvest every single drop of rain that falls on our little island. We are highly urbanized, and therefore the expansion of drains cannot happen indefinitely, and we must at every instance try our best to conserve as much water from rain as possible. And extension of drains and canals in itself may not be the most cost-efficient way of doing so. At the same time, there are pockets of occasions where there's a bit of ponding or flooding that happens within Singapore, and it's important for us to also increase and strengthen community resilience in order to ensure that our population is aware of what are the flood-prone areas and what are the measures that need to be put in place to support these people. Again, we have to support the vulnerable residents, particularly during flash floods that can happen very quickly. And what you see on screen are really certain campaigns that we have launched, either in terms of the flood resilience campaign to raise the level of awareness of areas that are a bit more flood prone. And what you see on the right are community workshops where people in the community may be able to have equipment to prevent their areas from being flooded or affected by it. But we have to go beyond this, and as what Singapore usually does, we try to turn a vulnerability into a strength. This is the envisioned coastal protection project of Long Island. In fact, my constituency is around this area as well. This area is actually very, very low lying, and in order to protect against the tides and rising sea levels, the government has announced the need for a land reclamation project which reclaims about 800 hectares of new land, as you see in the shaded part of the graph, in order to function as a dike to prevent seawaters from affecting the southeastern part of Singapore. This will not only shield the island from rising sea levels, but it will also prevent coastal flooding. The 12 existing outlet drains in this particular area will then flow into this new reservoir, as you can see. So it's not just protection and flood protection as well as coastal protection, but in between we have also created a reservoir to allow for water management and to allow for the drains to be flowing into the new reservoir, which will be controlled by 2 barges and pumping stations, which will then allow for storm surges as well as coastal protection, all of which to happen at the same time. We will keep seawater out during high tides by discharging stormwater into the sea, particularly during heavy rainfall, and at the same time provide fresh water for the residents within the area. Again, this is important because Singapore has very limited water resources. We don't have very large rivers, and therefore we are reliant on reservoirs as well as rainwater in order to allow for water resources for the residents. At the same time, this will allow a 20-kilometer waterfront park as well as recreational activities for the residents, and therefore allows for the place to look a bit more beautiful. Even though some parts of the shoreline is taken up by the new reservoir, it opens up other areas which will then become wonderful living conditions for our residents in the southeast of the country. Once again, turning vulnerability into strength. I wanted to just say that this is a small example of how Singapore looks strategically as to how to deal with the limited infrastructure we have to be able to protect our residents and take care of them by way of water resource provision, as well as protection against rising sea levels. I wish to learn from many of the cities here, and I thank you for your time.
Thank you very much, Honorable Mayor of Singapore. The presentation materials will be shared for your further understanding of the other cities' measures. So if you have you want to have a detailed understanding of the other cities, then please contact the Secretariat after the meeting. Now, I would like to invite the President of Delhi Municipal Authority. You have the floor.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
Timor-Leste independencia
Timor-Leste gained its independence in May 2022.
Dili sa inyo capital.
Dili became the capital city.
Total population iha 324.
Currently, population of 324,738.
Dili vulnerable ba inundação.
Dili is prone to the flooding and heavy monsoon winds.
Niluang iha 178,000
its area of 700
kilometers quadrados.
Kilometers.
Dili hasuru bebê inundação both.
Dili frequently experience flash floods, landslides, and heavy monsoon winds, particularly in low-lying areas. Natural disaster prevention focuses on strengthening climate resilience against floods and landslides through infrastructure investment in early warning systems. Responsible and managed by the Municipal Natural Disasters and Civil Protection Unit and supported by national and international partners such as the Civil Protection Authority of Timor-Leste, the Timor-Leste Red Cross, and others, especially post-flooding. Actions include emergency support, local capacity building, evacuation planning, and infrastructure rehabilitation. Flood disaster risk reduction in the capital city Timor-Leste through the development of flood disaster risk reduction capacity, including the preparation of flood control plans and guidelines on how to maintain rivers and streams in the capital, Dili. Identification of the risk areas. By the end of 2025, 10 risk areas were identified. Currently, in 2026, the 10 risk areas are addressed. Dissemination of information on natural disaster risk management, emergency support for victims of the natural disasters.
E reflorestação.
And we also do
município
reforestation.
bem próprio.
Municipality has plants, suitable plants such as bamboo, acacia, and the like to withstand erosion and rainwater.
Turme ação sirne município de Halmoso de responde para desastres
naturais. Like
Kadalak Sulimutu.
We call Kadalak Sulimutu in retaining wall.
Kadalak Sulimutu ne hodi halo satam be
to hold back the strong flow of water during floods. Public retaining walls are concentrated along Delhi's main river system and vulnerable coastal of mountainous roads. We also cleaning sedimentation in the drainage in the capital city of Delhi. The capital city of Delhi is prone to flooding during the rainy season, and one of the main causes is that the existing drainage are narrow and filled with sediment and other waste. Delhi has a team to clean the drainage in the capital city. Currently, the central government is also working to enlarge the drainage system through drainage construction. The government also conducts cleanup operations in drains and deserting of its streams. Following the waste management. Currently, Delhi has 10 compactors, 6 hook lifts, and 5 manual trucks to transport waste around capital city to the final disposal in Tiba, around 14 kilometers from city. Delhi also has a route system. So, with this example we adopted from Japan. We also have a scheduled public waste disposal time start from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. We also scheduled garbage collection time for trucks from 6 p.m. to 7 a.m. In February 2026, heavy rains flooded several areas of Delhi, prompting response from the Civil Protection Authority, PCO, and Natural Disaster of Delhi Municipality, impacting 126 victims. And in April 2021, floods, regarded as the worst flooding in 50 years, causing 46 fatalities, widespread of displacement in Delhi, and prompting the national state of calamity. Delhi Municipal Authority intends to work with development partners to strengthen the flood risk reduction and land use of planning system that is risk sensitive in the capital city, Delhi. Delhi Municipality has discussed with the Japan International Cooperation Agency, JICA, on the project for the development of disaster risk reduction, the capital city of Delhi, including the preparation of flood control plans and guidelines for the maintenance of the rivers. There are also major challenges. Despite this effort, challenges remain. Whereas like urban plans, particularly capital Delhi, had few earthquake-resistant structures, and there is a recognized need for increased capacity to manage disaster in accordance with international standards. We need to improve coordination between the government sectors and high investment in risk reduction. We also lack of natural disaster alarm system, early warning system. We have a TIBAR final disposal, but lack in management. And we're still working on implementing the 3R. Only 1R is now working. It's reduced. Thank you.
Obrigado, Barack. Arigatou gozaimasu.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable President of Delhi. Now I'd like to invite Representative Vientiane. You have the floor.
Thank you very much. Your Excellency, Governor Koike, distinguished mayors, and representatives, ladies and gentlemen. This is profound honor to present Vientiane's capital today as the Director General of the Public Works and Transport. I will share our city's specific water management challenges, our finalized engineering initiatives, and our investment-ready roadmap for building and climate resilient urban infrastructure. Issues and challenges. The Vientiane's capitals face of the compounding dune trade. Geographical or no other country around the world, the capital stick with the border. Only Vientiane capital. Our location along Mekong River make the highly flooding and seasonal overflow of the riverbanks. Climate change has intensified our monsoon seasons, leading to severe floods, where having rain poured repeatedly in our urban center. As our cities has expanded into modern economic hub, our historical drainage infrastructures has stuck to keep pace. Furthermore, we face immense corporational challenges. Our existing channel and drainage are frequently compromised by sanitation and urban debris. For my department's maintenance and clearance, our assistance infrastructures is just the critical and sometimes just difficult as the building new system. To combat this challenge, Vientiane has moved definitively from reactive emergencies response to targeted data-driven engineering. I am proud to announce that, supported by World Bank and JBA Consulting, we have successfully completed the comprehensive compound flood studies for our capital. This has not just the author's primary review. This is study map from our pre-phase flood risk and general debt specific bankable construction projects based on regional cost-benefit analysis. This identifies high returns in interventions such as upgrading the convents of the Sam River and strictly preserve our natural wetland. We now have the finalized investment ready pipeline. The research phase of the complete. No future feasibility study are required for this critical project to begin. We look forward and roadmap this entirety. Focus on the implementations. We have the split this finalized constructions blueprint into clear short, medium, and long-term phases. In the short terms, we are executing aggressive channel clearance. In the midterm and long terms, we have the blueprints ready to make measure pumping stations, rehabilitations, and permanent macro defense along the Mekong to measure our success. We are targeting 50% reduced in urban floodings across the commercial corridors by year 2035. Vientiane Capital presents highly specific invitations today. We have done the complex preparatory work. We have the data, the master plan, and finalized project scope. Our next step requires only finance support. We actively call upon the international donors, our region labors, and finance institute, such as ADB, or other donors, partners, with cooperated with us and found the implementation this ready to build this project. Thank you. That's all for my presentation. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Vientiane. Now I'd like to invite representative Asian Development Bank. You have the floor. Thank you.
Madam Chair, Your Excellencies, good afternoon. Thank you, Governor Koike, for inviting us here. It's a privilege for ADB to be part of this as an observer. Let me just start by sharing how impressed and I'd like to congratulate all of you, Your Excellencies, on the decisive actions you have taken on some of the daunting challenges of our times in the cities that you're leading. What I hear across the interventions today from you is not just urban challenges. It seems to be a structural shift that we are looking at. Cities in Southeast Asia are becoming the front line of climate risk, of fiscal pressures, and economic transformation, and all at the same time. I've been living in the region for long enough to know what many of you have to deal with. Heat that lingers longer, floods that arrive faster, and systems that are being pushed to the limits. It's not longer episodic, it's becoming the new baseline, very unfortunately. We estimate in the ADB that between now and 2030, that 90 million more people will move into ASEAN cities. That is the equivalent of adding a city the size of Bangkok every year. And these people that are coming in, they will need water, transportation, housing, electricity, and above all, they will need jobs. At the same time, the ASEAN region, Southeast Asia, faces an infrastructure financing gap of at least $2.8 trillion through to 2030. All this is not a distant risk. It is an existential fiscal reality to your cities. So the question is not whether to invest in the cities, but rather how to do it at speed, at scale, and under constraint. This is where we, the Asian Development Bank, come in. As you know, your countries are our shareholders. You own us. We are present in your countries. We have offices in all of your capital cities. We are your bank. The one thing where I believe we add the most value to you is that we find that cities rarely struggle with vision. You're all very visionary leaders. But what, in our experience, if I may suggest, what cities sometimes tend to struggle with is turning the vision into a pipeline of projects that are bankable and scalable. And this is exactly the gap that we in ADB focus on. That's the mandate that your countries gave us as our shareholders. Next slide. We support cities across three critical areas. First, we can help you prepare projects that are technically sound and financially viable. Second, we can help you structure risks so that private capital can participate in your infrastructure projects. And third, we can help you scale solutions that is moving from pilots and projects to systems. Next slide. To be clear, funding alone will not solve this. The most valuable asset in our view is not capital. We believe in experience, in knowledge, and in partnership. For example, how Bangkok manages its flood risks, how Jakarta manages to keep cars off its congested streets through biomass rapid transit, and how Phnom Penh harnesses energy from waste, bringing in the private sector. We see major opportunity to strengthen the structured city-to-city exchange alongside the financing. Next slide, please. Madam Chair, if I may close with one point. The problems you're dealing with in Southeast Asia region, the growing floods, the heat, the housing pressures, the financing gaps, are not new at all. What is new is the urgency. The window clearly is narrowing with every monsoon season, with every degree of warming, and with every year of delayed investment. But the opportunity is still there. The cities that succeed will not necessarily be those that build the most, but rather those that build systems that are resilient, connected, and financeable. Your Excellencies, your cities are central to this region's future, and we at ADB stand ready to work with you pragmatically and at scale. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much, ADB. Because of the time constraints, I'd like to suggest that we continue the question and discussion at the next room, the banquet room, so that we have also the Director Generals present. So I mean, you can have interaction, continue interaction between yourselves and also with the Director Generals of Tokyo in charge of the various issues. So if it is agreeable to you, okay. So thank you very much for your very thought-provoking presentations and also interactions. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now we will take a 20-minute break, and the program at this venue is scheduled to resume at 3:17 p.m. So would you please move to the banquet room next to this venue? Thank you. We will now proceed to the adoption of the draft joint statement. Governor Koike, if you please.
I hope the coffee break helps you to know about the hardware and software what the government Tokyo Metropolitan Government is working. Now is the time to make a statement, and in front of you, please find a copy of the draft joint statement which has been compiled based on our discussions. So may I propose now that the draft joint statement, maybe you have a look of it for a while, you need some time? No? You have already checked, I guess. So now may I propose that the draft joint statement be adopted by acclamation? All of you, how about? Okay, thank you, thank you. Now the joint statement is adopted by acclamation. Thank you very much. And I just want to add something. I serve as the Minister of the Environment, as people's cooperation and support in order to be the environment happy and green and cool. And, the situation in the Middle East and Hormuz Strait especially, it's really critical for the time being. And the jet fuel is a very precious part of crude oil, as you know. And because of the price goes up, then the jet fuel cost will be higher than ever. And on the other hand, we talk about how to keep the water supply clean and also the sewerage effective. And I wonder, one of the Japanese famous cuisine is tempura. We use cooking oil. And we are asking not to drain used cooking oil, but collect them and refine it to make it a sort of jet fuel. I think Singapore has the special factory for that. It's called SAF, Sustainable Aviation Fuel. So through asking people to do so and collect their used cooking oil and collect it and refine it, then the oil, jet fuel will be substituted by those used cooking oil. And and of course, it doesn't cover the whole, jet fuel, but it's an education. It's a momentum for public relations, and teach people and ask people for this cooperation. And we have, TMG has already collected quite a volume, and we can fly the aircraft from Tokyo, Haneda, maybe to Singapore, maybe one flight. But this is it, to ask people's sympathy and empathy and make our environment safe and clean. So I just wanted to add this point. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you very much, Governor Koike. Now, Governor Koike will read the joint statement. One representative from each city, would you please come up to the stage?
like yesterday's stage. Thank you. いいですか?
Now, Governor Koike, if you please.
And first, I would like to once again thank everyone from the cities who participated in the inaugural Tokyo-SEADS meeting. Tokyo and the capitals of Southeast Asia are geographically close and have fostered exchanges in various areas, including the economy, tourism, and the environment. Southeast Asia has been drawing global attention as one of the world's leading centers of growth. However, challenges such as rapid urbanization and population growth also exist and must be addressed. As such, the Tokyo Metropolitan Government has established TOKYO-SEADS, the Tokyo Southeast Asia Capitals Dialogue for Sustainability, as a new platform for the dialogue aimed at realizing sustainable world together with leaders of Southeast Asian capitals. This inaugural meeting focused on the theme of storm and flood countermeasures and development of urban infrastructure, which highlights urgent challenges shared by our cities. We deepen dialogue through presentations and discussions on relevant measures, and we have compiled a joint statement that expresses our intentions to advance practical intercity initiatives. So, as indicated in the joint statement distributed to you, Tokyo and the capitals of Southeast Asia face various shared challenges, including intensifying natural disasters, infrastructure development and renewal, aging populations, and the enhancement of residents' well-being. And among these challenges, the threat of storms, floods, and other natural disasters has notably been growing year after year. In order to firmly safeguard the lives and livelihoods, assets of our residents, it is our utmost importance for Tokyo and Southeast Asian capitals, which are geographically close and have active exchanges with one another, to further enhance cooperation and advance practical measures for learning from each other. We will focus on the areas of storms and flood countermeasures, urban infrastructure development, renewal and maintenance, and the usage of digital technologies as we aim to create a resilient and sustainable urban future together. While drawing on our cities' respective characteristics and experiences, Tokyo will further strengthen cooperation with the participating capitals to address these shared challenges to forge a bright future together. Now, the next Tokyo-SEADS meeting is scheduled to be held next May for senior city officials in conjunction with the GNET senior officials meeting. Then, 2 years from now, we plan to hold another Tokyo-SEADS meeting for city leaders along with the GNET Leaders Summit. And I look forward to having more opportunities for productive dialogue. Thank you so much, and thank you very much for the leaders from ASEAN countries. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your cooperation, and thank you for the participants. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Governor Koike. Now we will proceed to the photo session, so please wait for a moment.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Thank you for your leadership. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Thank you. I think now is the time to. Oh. Hi.
Okay, so please look at the camera with a smile. Thank you. So please look at the cameras on your right-hand side. Thank you very much. And also, we'd like to go to the movie. And so would you please kindly look at the video cameras at the back with a smile. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And this concludes the photo session. Thank you very much. Now, would you please kindly step down from the stage via stage right. With that, we will now conclude the Tokyo Southeast Asia Capitals Dialogue for Sustainability. Thank you very much for your participation and have a good afternoon.